Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. So this is the how does he or she feel about me reading. Alright, and this is, I usually get a lot of my spreads from my vast array of tarot books and sometimes online stuff as well. I'm always searching out new spreads which I absolutely adore, and I always sort of try them on myself first before I introduce them to the public. So you'll already had Sagittarius, your Celtic Cross Love, extended October Celtic Cross Love reading. I'm not doing a Gypsy Tarot spread for the first half. I might do one mid-month, we'll see how it goes really. You've got your Celtic Cross General coming up as well. So you've got 3 readings starting from the beginning of the month, okay? And we're using the Rider-Waite. So this is the special Rider-Waite for these type of readings that I use on the channel and also client readings. And for clarification, we're going to be using the Rider-Waite deck. So what we do in this reading, Sagittarius, let's get the cards out. Okay, so what we're going to do, Sagittarius, what we're looking at is the person that you like. So this reading is really about, and if the picture's gone blurry, I'm sorry, it does tend to do that. I don't know why the camera goes blurry like that. It should come back into focus. Okay, so what we do with this reading is we look at, so for some of you guys it might be that you're interested in someone, so we're going to look at this person. Might be that you're in a relationship with someone. This is for people this is for you if you're interested in someone, if you're in a relationship, or maybe this person's kind of, you've not seen them and you just want to see if they've got any feelings, or you know what the potential is for the relationship going forward. So we look at the partner or the person you're interested in here. We also look at what this person's attributes are, and we look at their flaws, which is just down here. We then look at, I'll show you what we do. So Universe Spirit, just show me Sagittarius. I want to see how does the person that Sagittarius feels something for? How does that person feel for Sagittarius? How does that person feel for Sagittarius? I want to see the person. So we need to see the first position being the partner or the person that Sagittarius is interested in. We want to see this person's attributes in card number 2. In number 3, show me the person's flaws. In card number 4, what are this person's inner thoughts about Sagittarius? In card number 5, what are Sagittarius's inner thoughts about this person? Card number 6, give me the strengths of the relationship or a potential relationship with this individual for Sagittarius. Card number 7, what are the weaknesses or potential weaknesses in the relationship? Card number 8, what is the potential for a healthy relationship between Sagittarius and this person? Card number 9, show me the final analysis. So what is your analysis on the health of this relationship overall? And card number 10, what is the potential roadblocks or blockages that could turn up in this relationship? So what are the blockages to this relationship being healthy, show me? Alright, we're going to split the deck now into 3. And what we're going to do, Sagittarius, we are going to lay out this person here. We're going to lay out what their attributes are here. What's this person's flaws here? So we don't know what's reversed and what's not reversed on this reading. So we're going to put this right here and here. Okay, we're going to lay out also what this person thinks of you. So what are their most inner thoughts about you? So what do they think of Sagittarius? We're going to lay out what your inner thoughts are about this individual, Sagittarius. Here is the strength in this relationship. So what the strengths of the relationship are, showing here. Down below, what are the weaknesses of the relationship? So if you're not exactly in this relationship with the person, but there's a very strong attraction, or you feel very strongly attracted, then this would be what is the strengths in a potential relationship with this person, and what are the weaknesses, or what would the weaknesses be in a relationship with this individual? We need to see the potential for a healthy relationship here showing up. So we're going to just put these to the side here. And we want to see the overall outcome, so the final analysis of the relationship and the potential roadblocks, or what the potential blocks could be to having a healthy relationship with this individual. And what we tend to do is we tend to get clarifiers on these areas as well with these miniature Rider-Waite cards. So, oh, I forgot to mention, I had to do the overall energy. The overall energy for this relationship is the Knight of Cups in the reverse, which means that, you know, Sagittarius, it could be that you're dealing with a Pisces individual. For the purposes of the reading, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancerian individual. The overall energy is reticence, really, with that Knight of Cups in the reverse. Because when you get Knight of Cups in the reverse, it says that somebody's not open to offering love. They're not open to showing love. This person might be someone who lets you down, who breaks promises when you get the Knight of Cups reverse. But overall, when you get the Knight of Cups in the upright, this is about somebody who's very open to love. And they're very responsive to it. They're very expressive when it comes to love, Sagittarius. When it's in the reverse, this person tends to not say anything. They might just hold back. Or it might be that this person is not very demonstrative in terms of their feelings. I get the sense that this is a very kind of unresponsive relationship, if anything, with this Knight of Cups being in the reverse. Let's have a look at who the person is. Right, so we've got the Eight of Cups to show the person. So for some of you guys, this person might be emotionally detached at the moment. This person might not even be around some of you guys at the moment with this Eight of Cups energy showing here. Because this is showing the person that some of you guys might be still interested in or are interested in. Or if you're in a relationship, this person may be emotionally detached. There might be some form of dysfunction in terms of their feelings. Because the Eight of Cups not only represents when somebody moves away from a situation, Sagittarius, it also represents when somebody is not particularly emotionally invested. So what they tend to do is they tend to detach themselves from the cups, because they're detaching themselves really from a very unbalanced or imbalanced emotional emotion. So the Eight of Cups represents unstable emotions, or it represents an emotion that is not balanced, because the Eight Cups are not balanced. So it represents limitations in love. So this person detaches themselves. So it might be that you're dealing with an emotionally detached individual for some of you guys. It might be that this person's already walked away and you haven't seen them. They might have left you for some of you Sagittarians, okay, because they're not around. The Eight of Cups shows somebody has walked away from a situation that they didn't find emotionally to be fulfilling, and they're in search of something else. So for some of you guys, this person might have walked away as well. And that's why the overall energy is about a lack of, for some of you guys, the overall energy is about a lack of response from this individual. This person's not communicating with you. They're very unresponsive. So you might be dealing with the overall situation in terms of this reading might be about unresponsiveness in terms of love. Either somebody's not contacting you, or they're not speaking, or they might break promises with that Knight of Cups in the reverse, because this person's showing up as very detached emotionally, or they might not even be around you with that Eight of Cups energy as well. Might be as well that this person is somebody who is following their intuition with this Eight of Cups in the upright. So the Eight of Cups is about letting your intuition guide you with the moon there in front of the guy, and not allowing your emotions to guide you, but more your intuition. So this person might be the type of person who doesn't let their heart rule their head. It's more that their head is ruling their heart. Let's have a look at what this person's attributes are, Sagittarius. Well, their attributes are the Page. So, you know, I think it falls into place that people that are at place so far. This person, their attributes are good, because the Page of Pentacles as an attribute represents a student, and it also represents somebody who's very detailed. Very detailed. So this person, the Page of Pentacles shows us a positive attribute of this person. They're very cautious. Because this page looks at the pentacle and he says, oh, this looks great, but, you know, what can I take this pentacle and what can I do with it? Because he's holding the Ace of Pentacles. So this individual Sagittarius is holding pure potential. But rather than just taking his pure potential and going down the market and buying a cow, because he thinks, oh, what if I buy a cow, I could milk it and maybe make some dollars from the cow. He's saying, well, no, I've got bigger dreams with this Page of Pentacles. I'm very attracted to whatever it is that I've got, but, you know, he's got a greater vision. This is the thing with the Page of Pentacles. He takes the pentacle and he says, right, I've got this one chance, this one bit of money here. It's just like an entrepreneur that would have a certain amount of money presented to them, and somebody would give them, say, £100 or $100. And if you're an entrepreneur and you want to set something up, you say, right, I'll take this £100. What's the best way I can maximise this £100 or $100 so that I can make $1,000 or £1,000? So the Page of Pentacles is pretty much always looking at the bigger picture. So I think that this person here, his or her attributes are, they're always kind of looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, they might at the moment have something small, but they're always looking at, well, what can something become? And this person almost thinks very much with a business mind, I feel this person does. So I think very much, I don't think this person is a particularly emotional person that we're looking at here in terms of who this person is for some of you Sagittarians. I don't think he or she is particularly emotional. I think they're very pragmatic, and they're very I wouldn't be surprised if it was an air sign maybe some of you guys are dealing with. Or somebody who maybe is water with some air in their chart. This is what I'm feeling here. Because I think that this person here, they are very, very... This Page of Pentacles always uses his common sense, always. This is why he's called the slowest of the pages. If you're waiting for a message from someone and you get that Page of Pentacles, they'll take forever to send it. That's what the Page of Pentacles does. It takes forever to send messages out. So this person's very cautious, and this is to the person's credit, because it just means that for me, this person is looking for the best of the best of the best. And this person's positive attributes are saying with this Page of Pentacles, they're not willing just to jump into anything. They're very detailed. This person's very detailed as an individual. This is one of their attributes. They're very cautious. They like to get to the heart of a matter, but they also like to study. So this person, their positive attributes are really to study a situation, study a person. And this is why they're showing us the Eight of Cups. They're showing us not really being fully present, I feel. And if this person's walked away from any of you Sagittarians, they've left, it's because their attributes are that they looked at the particulars of the relationship and they might have found it not to be their liking. Might have thought, this isn't something I can invest in. For some of you guys, if you're finding that somebody is emotionally distant, it's because their attributes are that they're always looking at the detail. So this isn't about investing emotionally. It's about saying, can I invest emotionally? Because what comes for this person mainly is what attributes you might have. What can you do? What can... You know, how can you suffice the relationship with them? It's more, well, what can this person do for me rather than what I can do for them? What is this person's flaws? Well, there you go, the Lovers in the reverse. They're not really into love for love's sake. They probably don't believe in soulmates. They probably don't believe in twin flames or soulmate connections. They're the lovers. Their flaws are the Lovers in the reverse. So as a flaw, the Lovers in the reverse is somebody who is not particularly connected to love. This person might like sex without love. They want a relationship without the love. You know, this is it. There might be a Gemini individual, for example. They're showing us the Lovers in the reverse is their flaws. This is the negative attributes and this is the positive ones. Yeah, they're very detailed in the positive, but in the negative, they're not particularly love-focused. They're not, because their flaws are the Lovers in the reverse. And they're not focused on love. They're focused more on using their head over their heart, just as this Page of Pentacles does, because it's a business card. So the attributes are this person's very careful. If this person has money, they're not going to allow some beautiful young floozy to come take them for a ride, because they'll be like, okay, let me study that person. Yes, he or she might look good, but they might also try and marry me and take my money as well. So they're always very cautious, and that's a good thing that this person around you is. But the problem is their flaws is they can have a relationship without love. They're not particularly emotionally inclined, and even before I saw that card, I didn't feel that they were. Because I think if it's somebody around you, then this person's emotionally detached, because they're always on course. They're always on a quest to find something that they feel is more conducive to who they are. How does this person, what are this person's inner thoughts about you, Sagittarius? Well, the Page of Cups. So their inner thoughts about you, what are their thoughts? What are they thinking about you? Well, they think that you are the Page of Cups. So they think of you as the Page of Cups, basically. Somebody who's very receptive to love. They might also see you as quite romantic with this Page of Cups, Sagittarius. The Page of Cups is receptive to love, but the Page of Cups is different than a Knight of Cups, or a Queen of Cups, or a King. Definitely very different from a King. Because this person has a great imagination. And the imagination is about the fantasy with the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, if you get Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, they're both responsible as being dreamers, and so does that Knight. The only real responsible person in that court card quad is the King. Because the King is... He can be. The trouble with the Cups, they can all be, to be honest with you, like that. They can all be. I've seen King of Cups, I'm afraid, Sagittarius, that have been as much a narcissist as a Knight of Cups or a Six of Wands individual. To be perfectly honest, they can all be dreamers. But this one is he's not one of the worst ones. The worst cup card for the narcissist or the dreamer is the Knight of Cups. And God forbid if you get a King of Cups that's like that as well. Because it's a grown man who's still at the Knight stage. King of Cups is nice, but don't get it twisted with these characters in the tarot, seriously. They've all got some underneath bullshit going on with some of them. Especially if you get somebody who's fucked up in the head and who's a King of Cups at the same time. They see you as the Page of Cups. They might see you as looking very young. They might see your energy as being very young. They might see you as very receptive and responsive to love. They might see you as needing love, or quite needy, because it is a child, and children need, you know, a child, Page of Cups, needs love, just like the Page of Wands needs stimulation, excitement around him, just like the Page of Swords need to be told a bedtime story or read to, just like the Page of Pentacles wants an abacus, you know, and needs to be stimulated. All the pages need to be stimulated in one way or another, and, you know, according to their suit. You know, this person might, the Page of Pentacles might need to be stimulated by books, for example, or might need to be stimulated by things that it can see and play with, building blocks and things like that, where the Page of Wands might want to go out on a day to, you know, on a fun day, be stimulated in that way. Page of Cups likes romance. So this person might see you as somebody who's quite needy in terms of romance, for some of you Sagittarians. And he might see you as somebody who's quite a daydreamer as the Page of Cups. This person might think of you as, with the Page of Cups, that you might look quite young, or you might be, as I've said, quite immature in terms of love. You might have a fantasy in terms of whatever's going on with you, with this person. So this person might think, well, this person's in a little bit of la-la land with that Page of Cups showing there as they think about you. Because this person looks like they think with a very kind of meticulous mind. This person's not invested in love, they're invested in finding the right thing, and then the love comes after. So their flaws are the lovers in the reverse. They might have relationships without any type of emotional investment. It might just be sex that this person likes, with the lovers in the reverse. They're not invested in love for love's sake, they're invested in sex and the feel-good factor. Okay, and that's why they're showing us the Eight of Cups. Somebody who's not particularly emotionally invested. Somebody who can detach themselves. For some of you guys, it'll be somebody that walked away. And their attributes, positive attributes, are they are very meticulous. They're very detailed as the Page of Pentacles. But the problem is, their flaw is that because they're so detailed, sometimes they miss out on love with the lovers in the reverse. Because they don't need, they think that because they're so detailed here, they don't really need love. Or they don't need to have relationships that are focusing on soulmate energy or connections or whatever it is you want to call it. And that can be their, you know, downward spiral. I don't see love with this individual. And I think that as this person sees you as the Page of Cups, just kind of looking at between the lines, it almost feels like this person, for some of you Sagittarians, might see you as less. Or they might value you less. Because this person's obviously operating, it's not at a high emotional vibrational level. This is at some other vibrational level, but it's not love. It's on a different plane. It's more steel-like. It feels steely. It feels very steely that whoever this person is around you, Sagittarians, if you resonate with this, they're operating at a level that is very steely, and it's very agenda-based. It's not love-based, it's very agenda-based here. Whereas they're thinking of you as the Page of Cups. For me, nowhere in here do I see the Page of Cups energy with this individual, or even any type of romantic energy with this individual here, showing as a person. And yet they think of you as the Page of Cups. It's almost like there's a little bit of a downward thing here in terms of how they see you, pertaining to how they are as an individual. It's very different energy. How do you see this individual? The Nine of Cups in the reverse. Well, for some of you guys, you might see this person with the Nine of Cups in the reverse as quite a joyless individual. It just seems that this person doesn't have fun. They don't have fun at all. The Nine of Cups in the reverse is joylessness. It's boredom. It's, you know, if you think of the person as, if you thought of this person as the Nine of Cups and they're upright, you'd probably think of them as somebody who knew how to enjoy life, or somebody who was quite happy and quite fun-based as a person. But in the reverse, this person, I don't think it's that you don't think this person doesn't get what they want, but you see this, you think of this person as being the Nine of Cups. Maybe whatever they have is never enough. The Nine of Cups in the upright for me also means to be grateful for what you have, to be in such a place of joy. But you might see this person as never being grateful, or never being happy with what they've got, or never being happy with what they're achieving in life, because this card represents when you're not happy. It represents when you don't get a wish that's fulfilled for you. It represents when you feel that you've lost something, or there's been some injustice that's happened. So you're seeing this person as the Nine of Cups as the reverse. somebody who's never satisfied. This person sees you as the Page of Cups, somebody who's very receptive to love, might be a bit childish, immature, has a very kind of fantasy way of looking at love, looking at life, and you're looking at this person as a Nine of Cups in the reverse, never grateful. So I think you already got the lowdown on this person, whoever they are. I think for some of you Sagittarians, you already know that this person might be a bit of a cold fish, because they come across like a cold fish to me in this reading. And also, you know, they're seeing you as this, but you're seeing them as this, and they're this. They're not particularly emotionally inclined. You know, their flaws are love without sex, without love. You know, relationships without love. Easily have relationships with sex. Lovers reverse can sometimes mean that they fall out of, their flaws are, they might fall out of love really quickly, which might be why they show us the Eight of Cups, emotionally detached individual. It might be their flaws are that they fall out of love. Why is that? Well, because their attributes are they're always looking into every single detail. And if something doesn't rise to the challenge for them, because they are so detailed and meticulous with that Page of Pentacles, it might be that they, as a person, they tend to detach themselves and walk away, because their flaws are anything can trigger them maybe falling out of love. And it might be that they see you as this Page of Cups. Yeah, you're emotionally kind of invested. For some of you Sagittarians, you might be emotionally kind of with this Page of Cups in a daydream world, or they might see you as being somebody who fantasizes quite a lot. But here you see them as the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This person has no fantasy. This person is continuously dissatisfied, and I think you already know that they are this. I think you know that they are this here. What is the strengths in this relationship, whether it's a relationship or not for you guys? Well, the Six of Swords is the strength in the reverse. The Six of Swords means delays, and it means that things don't move forward. So that's your strength, that things haven't really progressed. In a way, it sounds weird, but it's your strength. Because I think if you are kept at this level with this Six of Swords, if you stay at this level where you guys, because you're thinking of this person as the Nine of Cups in the reverse, and they are. They look like a pretty joyless individual to me. They look like they're very picky and finicky in terms of love. They look like they can operate on a level without love, and they can operate on a level of sex with someone, or having a physical relationship with someone without the love, without the soul connection, without the love connection. And they see you as somebody who wants love with this Page of Cups, but you see them as quite joyless. So the strengths are that this relationship hasn't moved to the next level. Because I think if it had moved to the next level, I mean really moved in deep for some of you guys, I think you'd be fucked with this type of individual personally, Sagittarius. What is the weakness in this relationship? Well, the Ten of Wands. So I think the weakness is that there is, and I think this might be you, Sagittarius, that you're hiding something here. Ten of Wands is a Sagittarius card, I believe, actually. So the weakness is that you're struggling. I think you're struggling with this individual. I think this is you. The weakness is that you're struggling, maybe the individual, if they're, I think maybe the individual is struggling at the same time. But to me, this individual doesn't look like the type that would struggle. It looks like the type that would just say, fuck this, if it wasn't happy. So this was more than likely your struggle. You're struggling with whoever this individual is. There's burdens. You're trying to push, the weakness is you're trying to push through on something here, Sagittarius. You might be trying to push through on this person becoming more emotionally conducive, agreeable, more emotionally agreeable, but you're not going to get that, I don't think, because they're showing us quite a cold fish here, and they're showing us in your thoughts, what you think of them is quite a cold fish, somebody who's never satisfied, somebody who's quite a joyless individual in a way. They never seem satisfied. They're never satisfied with what they've got. Okay? You see them as somebody who doesn't feel satisfied in what they've achieved here. You see them as somebody who doesn't feel that they've got what they want with this Nine of Cups in the reverse. And the good thing is the strengths are the Six of Swords in the reverse. And the Six of Swords in the reverse means that you don't move. There's no change. There's no change of opinion, change of thought. It's a delay card. It represents a lack of movement forward. Things stay the same. No transition, no transformation going on here. But that's the strength. And it's weird that the Six of Swords should be the strength. Because maybe this is something to say that what the universe needs you to learn. Maybe that's why this is showing the strength of your relationship. This Six of Swords in the reverse. That if you are stuck right now, this is the card that says you don't see clearly, but it's a strength. Because there's something in this, I feel, in this experience that you guys have to learn. Because your weakness is you're still struggling here with the Ten of Wands. And I think that the strength in the relationship, whatever this is that you're going through some form of transformation, but it's all to do with what the universe is trying to tell you. It's trying to make you learn something here with this stuck energy. Because your weakness is that you're pushing against something, and the universe wants to make something very, very clear and very, very present and very, very apparent to you, Sagittarius. What is the potential for a healthy relationship? Well, the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't think there is any potential here. Because the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is about waiting. Sorry, in the upright is about waiting. In the reverse is about you stop waiting. Alright? So this is no investment here with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, or your investment doesn't come through. So really this is saying there's no potential really for a healthy relationship, because whatever you're pushing forward for here, Sagittarius, whatever it is you're struggling towards with this individual, you're not going to reap it with this Seven of Coins in the reverse. You won't reap it because this person's pretty joyless, and they're ungrateful. This person, for some of you guys, is an ungrateful soul. You know, they see you as the Page of Cups, but it's almost like, because they're like this and this, it's almost like they're laughing at you, Sagittarius, for believing in love, for being receptive to it. We can see that you're holding out the Page of Cups to this individual here, who's ignoring it and walking past. So you're offering your love, Sagittarius, to somebody who's walking fully past you. They're not even acknowledging. This is the person, and this is how they see you. So this is them. They're emotionally detached, and they're not even interested, I feel, for some of you guys, in being responsive to love or emotions, because they're dissatisfied here in the Eight of Cups, and they see you as somebody who wants to offer this to them. But how you see them, because they're walking past it, they're dissatisfied, they see you as this, being very receptive to offering this anyway to them, and you can see that they're kind of like not responding to you here, in thought or in practice for some of you guys. And you, it's like a chain, you see that they're not responsive to it, because this person is walking away from this because they're dissatisfied. And the Nine of Cups in the reverse shows dissatisfaction. So you know that this person's dissatisfied, but yet your weakness is, for some of you guys, you keep moving forward, you keep pushing this thing. But the universe is saying this is no potential for a healthy relationship, because whatever it is that you are putting your effort into will not reap rewards with that Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And therefore the strengths are that you stay where you are at the moment, because you have a lesson to learn, I feel, with this Six of Swords in the reverse. The strengths are that there is no progress in this relationship. That's where your strength is. Because if this was to go on any further, for some of you guys, you could get fucked up in the process. What's the final analysis on your relationship? Well, you've got King of Cups in the reverse. This is a drama-filled, manipulative relationship. I think the final analysis is showing a highly strong, a very strong manipulator that is showing here. So the final analysis, and I think this is either a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual. Got cups here and cups here, so it could very well be a water sign individual. Okay, and I think it might be, because you've got 1, 2, you've got 3 cup cards. Okay, this is either I think it could be air, it could be a Gemini, could be an earth sign or a water sign that's showing up here as well. But this is why the overall energies is showing the non-responsiveness to love, and it's coming from the other individual. I think the overall analysis is that you're dealing with a highly manipulative, secretive individual here with the King of Cups energy. Okay, when you get kings in the reverse, they always show, like queens, the worst aspects of themselves. And the King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who's very cagey, very secretive, somebody who's very drama-led, somebody who's very highly manipulative, somebody who doesn't know how to share. They're very self-centered as an individual. And I think the overall, that final analysis is you're not going to have a conditional love relationship. In the upright, this is about unconditional love. In the downright, this person places conditions, and there are conditions on this relationship. And I feel that with this King of Cups reverse, also what you might be the final analysis that you're dealing with is a relationship that's highly manipulative. And the blockages to you guys having a healthy relationship is that there is no investment. Six of Pentacles reverse can also be one-sided energy. So for some of you guys, the blockages are is that in the relationship, or that would come to bear, is that this would be purely one-sided. But also this lacks investment. It lacks any type of real investment. It could be after a certain amount of time you failed to invest in this thing with this Six of Pentacles in the reverse. We're going to quickly get some clarifiers on the go. And I want to see why this person is the Eight of Cups. Why is this person that Sagittarius is interested in the Eight of Cups? In 2 cards from the top of the deck, why is this person the Eight of Cups in the reverse? Oh, sorry, it's in the upright. Why is this person the Eight of Cups in the upright showing in 2 cards? Right, because of Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And they're both reversed. I think this person's trying. I think that this person might be distant. Now we get into the reading. This person might be quite distant here, I would say. Because I think that there might be some hurt here, some barriers, real barriers that this person's put up that they're trying to release with that Ten of Wands in the reverse. Because the Queen of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's hurting. They've got their guard up, they've been scorned. And I think it's something like they're trying to release something here. It might be, you might be dealing with an air sign potentially. Doesn't have to be, but you're dealing with someone I think that's been very hurt, and they're going through some form of transformative situation. So for some of you guys, the first reading would have applied. For some of you guys, this person might be emotionally distant from you because it might be that they're trying to release something here. Queen of Swords being hurt, pain, feeling scorned, putting up your barriers, and the Ten of Wands meaning to release those barriers. So I think that somebody might be distant because they're trying to release something in their life. Their attributes are showing us the Page of Pentacles. Why are this person's attributes, positive attributes, the Page of Pentacles showing me? 2 cards, please. Right, because the Star and the Devil in the reverse. Got a lot of reversals showing here already. The Star card is that you have given up on something here, but the Devil means to release something as well. So you've got 2 contra cards. One card means that you lose faith over release. So it might be that this person is being very detailed. Their attributes are to be actually be very, very cautious, because it might be with this Star card they've given up hope of releasing old patterns, because the Star card in the reverse means to give up, and it means to lack faith, and the Devil card means in the reverse means to release old patterns of behaviour. So it looks like this person, their positive attributes, is they're changing, because what they're trying to do, they're being very meticulous here. Their attributes in terms of love are to be very, very meticulous, very, very, they're very, very, they look into every detail of an individual. And I think that this is because they are, they lack faith in possibly, with this Devil in the reverse, releasing old patterns. So what they really want to do with these 2 cards is release old patterns of behaviour, and that might be why they're emotionally distant, because they've been scorned in the past, and what they're trying to do is release all this negative energy that they're feeling maybe in a past relationship, and that might be why they're showing as emotionally distant. And it might be that they're so meticulous over who they have coming into their lives, Sagittarius, that, because they've been going through a lot of patterns, maybe meeting the same person, and what they're trying to do is do something a different way here. Their faults are the Lovers in the reverse. So why are this person's flaws the Lovers in the reverse in 2 cards showing me? Well, because of the Ace of Wands. What do you mean by the Ace of Wands? Show me another card, and that's the sexual energy. That's interesting, that is Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So, the Knight of Pentacles is also somebody who's very attracted to beauty. So it might be, because the Knight of Pentacles can show somebody who's very attracted to something as well. And this person is also a lover of beauty with that pentacle that he's holding high there. Okay, you've got the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is about sexual attraction. It might be that sexual attraction with this Knight of Pentacles means that maybe this person moves slowly in terms of long-term relationships, but that wouldn't make any sense to me. We've got this Ace of Wands and this Knight of Pentacles showing here, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles is all about being responsible in love, all right? This is somebody who's very committed to something here. But this is a sexual energy, the Ace of Wands. This person's flaws are the Lovers. They tend to fall out of love very quickly with this Lover's energy, but they're also invested in relationships for sex and not love some of the time, okay? I think also the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who invests in something. So it might be in quick relationships. Ace of Wands is quick relationships, one night stands, that this person might be actually invested in with this Knight of Pentacles energy. Okay, they might just be invested in this type of energy for the time being. It looks like because they've been hurt and they're not willing to attach themselves emotionally to anyone here. And also they're being very detailed in who it is that comes into their lives, because they're trying to release old patterns. But that's very weird, because if they're trying to release old patterns, then what are they doing with their flaws here? Why are their flaws the Lovers in the reverse? Because this is their flaws. This is their negative attributes. This is their negative energies, the Lovers in the reverse, which often means that somebody can easily just be in a relationship for sex without the love. And somebody also falls out of love sometimes very, very quickly. Sometimes there are third-party situations going on with the Lovers. So why is it that they're being detailed here? Why their attributes is that they're detailed? Because of the Star in the reverse and the Devil in the reverse. This is about releasing old patterns of behaviour. This is about lacking faith. For some reason, this person lacks faith, the Star in the reverse, that they can release old patterns of behaviour, which is why their attributes are the Page of Pentacles. They move so cautiously. This person looks like they're trying to do something very different, but they can't break out of a mould or something that they're doing. They're finding it very, very difficult to do that. They've got all the intentions to do some form of changing here, but their flaws are that they can't. They can't do it here. They've got all the intentions to do that here, but they can't do it here. And yet they won't allow themselves to be loved, or even to think in terms of love, with this Eight of Cups showing us who they are, because they've been hurt. And they've been trying to release this. This person seems a little bit not screwy, but they look very complex as an individual. They think of you, Sagittarius, as the Page of Cups. Why does this person think of Sagittarius as being the Page of Cups? Show me. Because the Seven of Swords. Oh. Seven of Swords and the Lovers is usually deception within a relationship. Seven of Swords and the Lovers. They see you as the receptive. Well, I think that they see you, they think of you as being receptive to love. And it could be because they want to play around with you. You've got the Seven of Swords, deceptive energy. And you get Seven of Swords is somebody who's trying to deceive somebody in terms of love or a relationship. Or there's some form of, what's the word that I'm looking for with the Seven of Swords? There's some form of dishonesty within a relationship here. Sometimes this can be a third-party situation. They see you as the Page of Cups, very receptive to love. But that's because of the Seven of Swords and the Lovers. Maybe they've deceived you in this relationship. I think they see you as quite immature, Sagittarius. I think they see you as easy fodder or easy prey. Because I think that they've been deceiving you in this relationship, that Seven of Swords and the Lovers. I think they've been very deceptive with you. That's why they see you as this, because they've already done this to you, Sagittarius. You see them as the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Why does Sagittarius see this person as the Nine of Cups in the reverse? Show me in 2 cards. They've not got much willpower, have they, with strength. They seem to give up very easily. Okay, so I think that they have a lack of control in controlling their urges with this Knight of Wands energy. But it's interesting that you see them as the Nine of Cups reversed. It's almost like they're never satisfied. And that's because of strength in the reverse and the Knight of Wands. Strength in the reverse is when you surrender, and I think that this person tends to surrender to their urges with this Knight of Cups. Because this is a lack of control with the Strength card in the reverse, but it's also to surrender to your urges. In the upright, this is about being able to control things. This is about having control over one's urges, one's ego, but in the reverse, this person just gives up. And they've got a lack of control, and the Knight of Cups is about having an urge. Passions. So sometimes this is for me unbridled passion. It's almost like you feel that this person, how you think of them, is that they're never satisfied because of strength in the reverse. Alright, they have no self-control over their urges here because of the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So they're never satisfied. I think this is how you see them. They're never satisfied, and that's because it seems like to me, and it's funny, the Knight of Wands should actually be Sagittarius, it should actually be you. So it might be actually that this person's been resisting you. You want to go in there, but this person with the Strength card in the reverse. But it's interesting because Strength in the reverse represents a lack of control. So this might be something that you've done here, because Knight of Wands is usually Sagittarius, and that would be you. When you get Strength in the reverse, it's about an imbalance as well. In the upright, this is about people that trust each other. But you can't really, you get Strength in the upright, lust, and the Knight of Wands. This is one night stand territory going on here. But you've got it in the reverse here. So it's not so much about lust anymore. It's about a lack of faith or a lack of interest when you get the Strength card. This can be depression or feeling oppressed. I'm wondering if you guys feel that this person, if you think of this person as never being happy or satisfied with this Nine of Cups. It's almost like you feel that this person's not happy or proud of you or not happy with you or something like that because of Strength in the reverse. And there you are, the Knight of Wands. You're rushing into Strength in the reverse here. But I think that this might be right. This could be a Leo person that you're dealing with, maybe. Sagittarius. And Strength in reverse is really where, you know, you've given up or you've got no, you know, there's no real interest going on there with Strength in the reverse. I think in a way you feel that somebody's given up on you, Sagittarius, because you're the Knight of Wands here and this is to give up. Alright, this is just to surrender and not feel that there's anything to fight for with Strength. So it's almost like, I feel that you guys feel that this person's not satisfied. You're thinking this person's not satisfied at all. Because it's almost like you feel that this person there is given up on you. Given up on the chase or given up on... it just feels that this person with the Strength in the reverse seems to have given up on Sagittarius because you're the Knight of Wands. And I can see you guys want to pursue something with this individual, but they're showing us Strength in the reverse. And Strength in the upright is often about lust and strong bonds, but there's nothing here. There's an imbalance going on. It's a very weird one. Let's have a look at why we have to be quick here. It's 45 minutes in. So, why is the Strength in the relationship, the Six of Swords in the reverse, showing for Sagittarius? Because the Seven of Pentacles, well, it's because you're waiting for this relationship. You're waiting really to come together with this individual. You're waiting for you guys to commit to one another. Because the Seven of Pentacles is waiting and the Two of Pentacles is the relationship. It's the commitment here showing up. Because there is no real love. Ace of Cups in the reverse. I just pulled a third card. So the Strength is that this relationship doesn't progress because you're going to get to see the truth. This is what the universe is trying to teach you something. Because you're waiting for a relationship where there isn't actually any emotional investment, and I think it's on that person's part there. The weakness is the Ten of Wands. Why is Sagittarius weakness the Ten of Wands? Show me. In two cards. Because the Knight of Cups, which is love being offered. Right, so I think that love is being, I think that there's an unstable foundation in terms of love. So this love that's offered is unstable. It's not committed because the Four of Wands shows somebody who lacks, in the reverse, shows somebody who lacks commitment. So this Knight of Cups, whoever it is that's professing whatever to you, is not particularly committed. And I think that the weakness is you're struggling against that. Because whatever is being offered here, it might be you that's showing us this Knight of Cups here. You're still extending your hand of love, Sagittarius, to somebody who's not particularly committed because they're showing us the Four of Wands in the reverse. So your weakness is that you're consistently doing this thing with this individual, even though they're not particularly committed there. And as a result of that, the potential for a healthy relationship is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is the potential for a relationship with Sagittarius and this person? The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, show me. Because of the Seven of Cups. I think because confusion will just make you guys walk away. You've got the Seven of Cups here, which is confusion, and the Eight of Cups is to walk away. It could also be this person's got other options that they're looking to pursue with the Eight of Cups energy. So the most likely outcome for a potential relationship is the Seven of... You're not going to receive any type of investment. You're not going to receive your rewards back, because you guys here, your weakness is that you're still pushing this thing. And that's because this Knight of Cups is about an offer of love, or you're expressing love to somebody who's not particularly committed with that Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and here your strength is that this relationship is not moving forward with that Six of Swords, because you're waiting for a relationship, this Two of Cups here, a commitment in which there's no emotional investment. And I think the strength is that you guys see this so that it actually wakes some of you guys up, because you're not going to receive that commitment. You won't receive any type of rewards from struggling through, because you're offering love. You're still invested in someone that lacks commitment, because there's no big returns here. Because the Seven of Cups, it's either that this person is looking at other options that they're looking to pursue, or it's either that confusion is going to just make someone detach and walk away completely, and that's probably you, Sagittarius. The final analysis on this relationship is the King of Cups. Why is the final analysis on this relationship the King of Cups for Sagittarius, show me? Because the Two of Swords. Okay. This could be kind of something like blocked communication, because the Two of Swords is blocked energy, and the Page of Wands is usually about communication. Alright. It could also be about platonic, maybe, communication here. The final analysis is the King of Cups in the reverse, and this is somebody who's highly manipulative. It might be, if it's a person that's highly manipulative, it might be that they're in two minds with this Two of Swords. Alright, and you've got this Three of Swords showing after there as well. It might be that they're conflicted as well in communicating, maybe some disappointing news to you, because the Page of Wands and that Three of Swords, sometimes this is disappointing news or bad news, or that type of thing. It might also be that this relationship here, the final analysis is this person's holding back, or the situation is not unearthing a lot of information with this King of Cups reverse, because he tends to push a lot of things down and not admit to a lot of things, Sagittarius. And it might be because this person buries their emotions very deeply. Alright, so it might be that they find it difficult to communicate here. Alright, to communicate, I feel, the truth, or something like that with these cards here. Might also be that they're in two minds over whether they want to, you know, progress with this relationship here that they feel could lead to the Three of Swords an ending or severance. Because the Page of Wands also means to pursue something new. And the overall outcome, the potential roadblocks to your healthy relationship, to a healthy relationship with this person, is the Six of Pentacles. Why is the potential roadblock? Why is the potential block to this relationship, to having a healthy relationship, Six of Pentacles reversed in two cards? While Five of Wands usually shows in the reverse where you're coming out of conflict. I still feel that this is disputes. Alright, so I think that the roadblocks or the potential blocks are with this Six of Pentacles. Probably one-sidedness, probably a lack of investment going forward in the relationship, because I think that there are still disputes here. Alright, I still feel that there are disputes in terms of maybe communication with that Page of Swords going on there, but also in terms of action. With this Page of Swords energy. Page of Swords energy is usually about miscommunication, delays, bad news, but also it's about communicating with each other and speaking the truth. So there might still be some disputes in terms of some form of communication, the truth here. It's not showing us blocked as such though, that Five of Wands there. You know, and I just think this is turned up in the reverse as well. Four of Swords shows restlessness. So I think that there might be some form of disputes in terms of communication causing restlessness here. Alright. Five of Wands in the reverse can speak of really terrible disputes or terrible blockages. So for some of you guys, it might be that this person withdraws messages or something, because this is one-sided relationship, is the blockage going forward. Some of you guys, it might become one-sided. You guys want all of this here, but things will end up being one-sided. And it might be because this person here reconciles the situation with that Five of Wands in the reverse by holding back on communication with you, which causes you guys a lot of restlessness with that Four of Swords, sleepless nights, that type of thing. And that will be a major blockage for you. I do feel that you'll be more investing in this individual than this person is investing in you, Sagittarius, personally. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing for this reading. Okay? For how does he, she feel. A lot of these readings are showing people that are more invested than the other person. I'd love to see a reading where somebody's more invested than the sign I'm reading for. But, you know, this person's a whole host of complexities. It really is. On the one hand, they just want sex here. You know, this is a worker. Might be that they're a sex worker. I don't mean they're a sex worker, but they might just be invested in sort of sexual acts, that type of thing, I guess. I've not really seen this combination before, but to me this is the earthly card of the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the sexual card of the Ace of Wands, and this is almost like somebody who's very, very invested in this type of energy, which is why they're flawed with the Lovers in the reverse. They can easily have love without being in love. They're very detached emotionally. They can have lots of sexual affairs, that type of thing. They want to, as an attribute, be very detailed and be very responsible, because they don't want to keep repeating patterns here with this Star in the reverse and the Devil in the reverse. But the problem is their flaws are they keep repeating patterns here. They say they don't want to do it, and they're showing all of that stuff, but they keep doing it here. Because I think that they're emotionally detached, because they've been hurt. Somewhere in the past this person's been very, very hurt, and they're still trying to release these energies. But I think that their energies might be very destructive as an individual. And I feel that they see you as this Page of Cups, because they found it they see you as very receptive, and also very childish and very immature, and therefore possibly quite in your heads about the loveliness of this relationship. But I think that they see you like this because they are being deceptive about their feelings, and they are being deceptive with this Seven of Swords about what they're bringing to the table and about this relationship here. They're being very deceptive in your relationship. They're not being honest, and it's easier for them to see you as somebody who would be easily manipulated as a child would be, because you have that fantasy of love. And they see you as being very very easily manipulated. So they think of you as somebody who's easily manipulated because they want to do this thing. But you see them as unimpressionable, as not very hard to please with this Nine of Cups in the reverse. Because it's almost like you've lost your strength, or you've lost your willpower to, you know, be sexual with this individual, or to be spontaneous. The Knight of Wands means spontaneity. So it's almost like you've lost your confidence in terms of being spontaneous with this individual, because this is a loss of confidence and this is spontaneity, because you don't feel that the person will appreciate it. The energies, the strength in your relationships is just to keep things right where they are, because you're waiting for a relationship here that's not going to come with that Ace of Cups. There's no emotional investment from that person's point of view, and the universe wants you to see that. Because your weakness is you're still pushing towards something here. And what are you pushing towards? Well, offering love, showing someone that's non-responsive or, you know, non-committed that you care. And the overall outcome for a healthy relationship is where you're not going to get any rewards from this. Because it's either this person's looking at other options they want to pursue, or you're just going to run out of steam with that Seven of Cups and look to walk in other areas. Here, the final analysis is that this is possibly a very highly manipulative relationship here. Alright, somebody is in two minds, possibly over venturing forward into a relationship that could cause some pain, possibly. Maybe we're looking at a third party situation here. We do have a Three of Swords and a Page that likes to pursue this. Maybe this person likes to pursue painful relationships or something like that. It looks very unhealthy to me. The overall outcome is the blockages, what could be blocking the relationship in the future, I think is one-sidedness. I think this person is very clear with this Five of Wands that they want to cause some form of destruction with that Page of Swords. Alright, that causes restlessness with the Four of Swords in the reverse. Alright, so they want to communicate with you, causing you restlessness. I think they're very clear with this Five of Wands in the reverse. I don't think this is the right person for some of you guys to be with. They seem like they have an agenda, and they also seem fairly, they seem like they know what they're doing. They say that they want to change certain patterns, but yet they don't make any real effort to do it. And they use excuses for being hurt in the past as to why they can't connect to love. But I think that this person can connect to love. I just think that they don't want to do it with these areas here. Alright, and they're also being manipulative with you here, seeing you as easy. A child that they can manipulate, because it's easy for them then to take the piss and be deceptive in your relationship. You know this though, because you feel a lack of confidence in being spontaneous with them, because you think of them as never satisfied with that Nine of Cups in the reverse, Sagittarius. You know you're not going to get what you want here. It's not possible for some of you guys. It's not going to resonate with everyone. These readings are quite in depth, but you guys know you're not going to get what you want from an individual here. Some of you guys know that. Okay, that's your reading, guys. Your love reading. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.